Okay, brother, I know why you're here. And let me tell you something that might help you. It might help you because it helped me, and it definitely helped me get more control over my life. Because I totally understand where you're coming from, what you're dealing with right now. And it's not the best place to be in. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to call you out on being wrong. I'm not here to tell you that you're weak, because it's human, it's normal to feel that way. And before I jump into jump straight into the main part, I want to share my story so that you can relate more. Okay? 2023, my high school is over. Now we're heading on to college. And by the way, before I got over with my school, I broke my heart. So hard that it really took a turn in my life. Never ever had I ever experienced heartbreak. First experience, and trust me, it's the best thing that's happened to me. But the process was not easy. The process was so hard, it was dark, it was traumatic, to a point where I just didn't want to connect with anyone. So, coming back to the story, I broke my heart, and now we're heading into college. Got pressure from my home, my parents. You know how the pressure is when you're getting into college. You're not getting whatever you want. You're not getting admitted to the right ones. People are suggesting you also, you've got 100 different ideas, 100 different options to choose. And it's a chaotic place to be in. And on top of that, my belief system was college sucks. I'll still be fine without college. College is of no use. That's still my mental state. I believe that college alone will never solve my life problems, and therefore having that conflict on top of all of the family pressure, every single type of pressure, so with all of that, in that moment I have the same girl texting me, and because of all of the pressure, I get reactive, I get emotional, and I respond to her with an emotional state that is anger, frustration. I let it all out on her through the text. And therefore, that was the last time we had a conversation. After 2 years on Instagram, she follows me. I check up on her because I'm curious. I'm genuinely curious on what's going on in her life, if everything's alright. Because as men, we care, and I know you care as well. You care about how she's doing, whether everything's alright. And then again, we have this conversation. The second time I had that conversation, I am in the right state, but I'm more in a state where I'm not being myself. I'm having that layer of protection while I'm having the conversation. And when you have that layer of protection, you cannot be yourself. You're guarded. You feel anything that comes to you is just defended by your defense mechanism. Right? So instead of just having a normal conversation, like how two normal people would have, we come up with some topics, and it was not the best topic, it was just a topic, but me being so judgmental, I was so judgmental, and so many assumptions taking place in my head. I just cut out the conversation, and I tell her this is not the best topic that I should be talking. And I set my boundary. Instead of being a good listener, instead of being there to just listen to another person sharing their problem, I cut her out. I cut them out. I cut out the conversation. And I react with ego this time, with pride. Because all of the Instagram, what they say, all of the YouTube, what they say is, eventually they're going to come back to you and you're going to win. But why does it have to be about winning and losing? Why does it have to be about being the superior one? Why? Why does there have to be any competition? Right, so with that, I was so much into consuming those kind of content that got me to reacting egoistically. My pride took place, and again, the conversation is broken. And that was the last time I ever had. That was the last time I had this conversation with her, actually. That was 2 years ago. So after that, I try moving on. I try dealing with many things. Many challenges arose, not just on the relationship side, because at that point I was in a state where relationship was not at all important to me. Some cold-hearted dude who just wanted to make ends meet. And there were a lot of other problems taking place as well, on the financial side, because I wanted to make sure I'm not relying on my parents, I'm not being a burden for my parents, I'm being there, I'm being able to make money for myself and escape the normal 9 to 5, the shithole. So long story short, what happens, fast forwarding to what it is now, even before 2025 ended, I was still having that question. I after a lot of discoveries, after a lot of forgiving, I discovered so many things I could have done. Small things, few small things that I could have done in order to have a better relationship, in order to fix it. And with that realization, in the current moment, I felt like, let me just go back and try to fix things. Let me just go back and do everything. Let me just fix it. Let me just have that conversation. And I'm telling you, I'm still in a state where there's a lot of pressure. Pressure around careers, pressure around every single thing. There are a lot of things going on, right? And as men, it's always best, at least because I haven't had that experience. I feel that need for sharing, or having that open conversation, having somebody with whom you can share things, someone with whom you can be vulnerable, be open, be yourself, and let everything out, because there's so much things that make you stressed. So in that process, I have this talk with my boys and many other people who have had successful relationships for years, and I take their advice, I take their words, and I tried to make ends meet once again, because this was something that was pissing me off. This thought of just me wanting, let me just fix it. Let me just go back and fix it. And I tried. I tried reaching out to her. I tried moving. I tried, contacting my people if they had. I tried reaching out to people and making some sort of effort on my end. And eventually what I came to realize was that she's moved on. She's happy. She is with someone else. And that's okay. That's okay. Because we're not able to so much forgive ourselves. It's like a punishment. It's like a punishment that we give to our own selves. That we go so hard on ourselves. And every single Sunday from then onwards, what I realized is that I've got two other friends, two other people who I know, who've known me, who've been great friends since my very childhood. They've known me. We share similar interests. We share goals. We have big aspirations. We push each other's. And the best part, we are, at least all of us, we feel comfortable being ourselves, laying down our problems, just like brothers, brothers sharing each other's problems, and everything just got so much clear. And that was something I was constantly searching for, someone I can open up to, somewhere I can just be vulnerable, just lay down every single thing that's eating up my brain. Somewhere, some source where I can just put down all of this weight, all of this stress, all of this problem, all of this thing, and just not be judged. I wouldn't share it to my parents because I know they're judgmental. I've got judged since my childhood, and that's okay. It's something you learn and you adopt. You learn and adapt accordingly. So my only source of laying out was to my two brothers, my two really close friends. And every Sunday now, I've set a ritual, I've set a routine where for an hour or two, I'm with the boys, I'm with my brothers, and we're sharing, we're just being ourselves, we're letting down every single thing. There's no place for judgment, there's no place for any negativity. We're there to solve problems. If there's any problem, if there's any challenge, by the end of the call, by the end of the conversation, we make sure the problem is solved. And it was that source, that type of source that I was looking for, and maybe you are looking for right now. That's maybe something you need in this moment. It's not necessary that you need a girlfriend. It's not necessary that you need to have someone who loves you, who somebody who, it does not have to be like what you see on social media. No, it doesn't have to be that way. Yes, there are beautiful relationships. There are amazing people, amazing couples, amazing entrepreneurs, amazing people who've built really fantastic, lovely relationships. they've stuck with one another for years and years and years. They've been through the highs and the lows all together, and that's what you see on social media. And that's a wonderful journey to be in. But again, that's their story. It doesn't have to be like yours. You don't need to have the same story. Your story can be different. Your story is unique. And I just want to let you know, if you want to do something, if you genuinely feel like doing something, do it. You do you. Don't think. Another great thing I've learned is there's nothing good or bad. You do it, you see if it works out or not. You take the L, you take the lesson, then you move forward. But don't be in a state. And another great thing, another great lesson from Andrew Tate I learned recently, it's better to try and fail than to not try at all. It's better to try and fail than to not try at all. If you want to give it a try, go for it. Again, don't think what somebody tells you is good or bad. You do you. If it eats up your brain, do it. Do it until you get that clarity so that you can move forward. Because the only thing that keeps you stuck is being in that state where you're not clear. It haunts you, it kills you. It stops you from moving forward. It stops you from making that progress. So, just have to say, brother, do you do you. And definitely, not everyone's going to admire you for who you are. Not everyone's going to admit to you that you're awkward. Not everyone is going to appreciate you for being you. So I'm sure there's going to be a handful of one or two people that you can reach out to, that you can call out, your friends, your brothers. Thankfully, I'm so grateful that I've got two people in my life that I can be open with. I can be so transparent. I don't have to hide anything. So I'm sure you have that circle as well. And you do you. Don't think about anyone else. Do it until you're clear. Don't regret. Don't have any regrets. It's better to try and lose than to not try at all. That's it.